there.
What's up,
Guys,
everybody?
thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Cosma.
I'm Darrell.
And we are the Badon family.
family.
And on tonight's episode, guys, we have a great, juicy topic for you guys. We want to talk about why the beginning of our marriage sucked. Why the beginning of it was just terrible.
Yeah, and that just saying that, it gives you chills, but a lot of people won't admit that their marriage sucked at one point in time. So
Yeah.
in the beginning of our marriage, we had a lot of problems, and we're going to tell y'all why right after this
Intro. So go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell.
subscribe button.
Comment. So we'll be right back.
Feel as good as this. You're the only one that makes me feel this type of way. You seem to always amaze me. You always amaze me. I know you hold my head up when I don't know who I am.
Guys, we hope you enjoyed the intro, guys. On tonight, we're gonna go ahead and get right into the subject.
I'm very excited about this subject.
I'm very excited because mainly was his fault.
Yeah, it was. She was terrible.
So we're gonna go ahead and jump into why the beginning of our marriage sucked, guys.
But I'm
Why
gonna
was it
start it
terrible?
out by saying we only dated 4 months. 4 months. We never knew each other previously,
Right.
so it was a lot of just getting to know each other. We was thinking that the other person changed after the marriage, but really the person didn't change. We just didn't know each other.
Yeah.
So it took some time. We started finding out stuff about each other that we actually didn't like.
You know, one thing that I found out about him, y'all, is that every time that he would come to my house, he would have nice clothes. He would have a fresh haircut.
Wow, you
and
really going into
after we got married, he stopped getting haircuts.
Whoa.
He stopped caring about himself, and so
true.
I just really was like,
true.
ugh. Just like,
Why you always trying to bash somebody? But in my defense, what she didn't know is I was suffering with depression at the time. This was a time before I got saved, and I was going through a depression. And while we was dating, I was able to hide that depression.
Right.
But after we got married and I got settled in and I got comfortable with myself, the depression came back in. But as you can see now, I have a haircut, and I owe it all to God because He delivered me from that depression.
right.
And when we first got married, we both were working. How about we talk about that?
Oh, come on. Don't even go there.
And,
because I am an entrepreneur.
A week afterwards, only I was working.
Yeah.
But I will say that she is an entrepreneur, and sometimes she make more money than I do.
But look, at the end of the day, when we first got married, we both was working. Like 2 weeks after we got married, I quit my job because I wanted to live the married life, and I just didn't like living a marriage especially when you're struggling with like finances and financial issues.
Which a lot of couples do, young couples.
It's like that is a strain on the marriage, I feel, is because you can't really go and do what you want to do. You can't really go out to the restaurants, and you can't do the nice thing that you dreamed about doing
and
when
the
you
stuff
first
you're
got married.
seeing on TV, these couples taking trips as they,
Yeah. So what we seen was, okay, then we're home every minute in each other's faces. On the weekends, we're not going anywhere because we don't have the finances, we don't have the money. So that was a big thing that really made our marriage suck in the beginning, is the finances was not there. Like the things to go shopping, to have fun. We would do things every now and then, but just on a regular basis, I feel like the finances was a big thing that made it suck in the beginning.
But I will say that won't last always,
Right.
As you grow, you're going to learn how to manage your finance. You're going to learn how to deal with two different people with
Right.
two different perspectives on money, and you'll be able to come together and, God will
Another
bless.
thing that really was a downer in the first beginning of the relationship is the communication. The communication
is
sucked.
everything.
We didn't really talk. Like, the communication was not there. Like, if we were going through something or he was feeling some type of way, he wouldn't tell me. I wouldn't tell him how I was feeling. We just going through the marriage just lollygog.
Communication problems can destroy your marriage. If
For
you
real.
mad, you need to tell them that you mad. Sometimes in a relationship, one person communicates too much where they are always nagging, and it's also could be a problem if you don't express yourself enough
Right.
and let that person know that you're mad or you're sad. But I will say this: if you're struggling with communication problems, it's good to get a counselor.
Yes.
Marriage counselors can fix communication problems.
And not so much counseling. If you have somebody that you can trust that can talk to you, because we didn't have counselors, we had my parents, and they really helped us. I mean, it was
Thank
to the
God
point.
for them.
Yes, it was to the point where we was getting counseling 5 to 6 times a week.
Every day.
Every day, y'all, we was getting counseling back to back to back. But what I would say, it really did help us, because every time we left, we had a different way of a point of view.
It's
And
good having a third point of view.
Yes.
if we only looking at it from our 2 point of views, we could bump heads all day. But when a third point of view comes in, it helps you see things from a different angle.
And you know what's the crazy part about it is, though? They were my parents. But every time we would go down there to get counseling, they would always be on his side. Because
I was always right.
And they always say I was in the wrong. And, you know, most of the time I was. But at the end of the day, it was just like, it's just very important to get counseling. It's very important, like he said, to have that third person that's saying, look, I see his point and I see your point. But look, this is how y'all can meet in the middle somewhere, you know? So counseling really helped us a whole lot. What we went wrong is we was comparing ourselves to people that was married 10 plus years.
Yeah, 30, 20 years.
And we had just been married maybe a month or so or two. And so we're comparing ourselves to these people and we're like, okay, you don't do like him. You ain't doing what he doing. He buying his wife this and you ain't buying me nothing. And you know, so forth so on, I was just doing, okay, look.
When it comes to men, we deal with comparing ourselves to what the other people have achieved financially. You know, I'm looking over there. They got this big house, nice cars. You know, his wife got a nice car, and I wasn't in a place to do that for my wife. I hadn't been on the job that long. I hadn't, you know, built my career like I needed to, but I had to realize that, you know, we just have to have our own pace and just love what we have and grow when we grow.
Yeah, true. Like I was saying yesterday, like you really have to understand your marriage, and you really have to say, you know what, I gotta be a fan of my own marriage. I have to be a fan of my own husband. I have to be a fan of what we have, because at the end of the day, it's so easy to look across the field. It's so easy to see what somebody else is doing, but what about what's happening in your own household? Like encouraging one another, building one another, because it'll been times where he would come in, he would have like a nice haircut. I mean, he'd be looking good too, and
like right now.
And then I would just be like, knowing he looking good, but I just couldn't give him that. I couldn't say, you looking so good right now, because I'm thinking, okay, if I boost his head up a little too much, he gonna think that he looking too good. Then he gonna, you know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna tell you, it's power. Men, it's power in complimenting your wife.
Yeah.
Look, it was some times when she was mad at me, and I just come and tell her how beautiful them eyes is, and she would just butter up and melt. Pocahontas looking woman. But it's power in complimenting each other and lifting each other up, because if you don't lift each other up, nobody else is gonna lift y'all. Thing that makes your marriage suck in the beginning is not being happy individually.
Oh yes, that's a big.
If two people are not happy individually, they cannot be happy when they come together. If y'all was miserable apart, y'all gonna be miserable when y'all come together. If y'all happy when y'all was single, y'all gonna be happy when y'all come together.
True happiness. Like if you're a person that is just like, you got all these issues, and you just dealing with like a lot of sadness, when you come into a marriage, you're gonna make that woman, or you're gonna make that man feel like you can feel people vibes. So you're gonna be giving off these sad vibes, these depression vibes, and it's gonna make the marriage be sad. It's gonna make bring the marriage down. So like you said, you have to be happy. And look, we've come to the realization that the only way to be happy is through God himself. Like literally, I'm telling you, you can get all the money in the world, you can get all this stuff, the houses and the cars, but if you do not have God, y'all, happiness will not be so important. And you know, it was a point in our marriage where we had plenty of money, we had the nice things, guys, and we both were depressed, we both were sad. And when we first got married, I had to realize that I had sadness, I had depression that I was dealing with, I had anger that I was dealing with, he had his depression, he had his stuff that he was dealing with. So when we came together, even though we loved each other, even though we fell in love with each other, when things came up, and things happen, all these emotions just start flying out. And then you get to the part to thinking like, okay, dang, do we love each other? Did we do the right thing? And all along you did the right thing. It's just you have to fix this. And the only way you fix that is allowing God to come in your heart, and he begins to clean your heart. And so that's what we had to realize, that we needed some cleaning. We needed to let go of some past hurts. We needed to let go of some things that was wrong in our lives. And when we let those things go and let God in, I see my husband in a different light. I seen him as a good guy, not the enemy. Like I always seen him before. He's just trying to do this. He's just trying to do that. So basically, y'all, we got to get God. He can clear up any issue. That you enjoyed this video on tonight. Tonight, before we let you guys go, we would love to say a prayer for all the relationships, all the marriages, all the people that are maybe experiencing divorces right now. And even single people. We want to say a prayer for you guys on tonight, because we want to let you know that God is still in the love business. This is the business that we're in, and God is still restoring relationships. He's still bringing people back, and he's still in charge. So we're going to say a quick prayer, and we're going to let you guys go. So if you can, where you are, bow your heads.
We ask that you you bless every individual, oh God, that's out there that's single, the married individual, oh God. Anybody that's out there that's seeking for love, oh God, seeking a spouse, seeking a husband, seeking a wife, oh God. We ask that you give them the favor to find that person that they've been looking for. Give them the favor to find that person that's going to love them the way no one else has ever loved them, oh God.
Amen.
Give them that person that completes them, oh God, and fulfills their life, oh God.
And God, we ask you tonight to restore that marriage, oh God. That marriage that may be having issues and may be having problems right now as we speak, oh God. We ask you to look on that woman, that man that has given up on love, God. We ask you to go and be in their home. Wrap your arms around them, God. And let them know that love is still in the midst. Love is still about to take over their lives, God. And we ask that you intervene in their lives right now on tonight, God. And we ask you to bless them. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amaze me. You always amaze me. I know you hold my head up when I don't know who I am. I know you see the best of me.